now under, we are now under love and grace. When Jesus came, he gave us love and grace. Whether you want to say Jesus is the archetype, or you want to say he's a prophet, or you want to say he's an ascended master, that really doesn't matter. Let's break it down. Why? Because they did a lot of work to hide that he was really here. They did a lot of work. They took out 54 books out of the Bible to prove that he was here. What he was in before it was called Christianity, it was called the Way. They took 54 books out of the Bible, the Apocrypha. There's more that you need. You get the opportunity to learn about Esther, Daniel. Oh, you thought you learned about them in the Bible? You have no idea. There's more to learn about Esther. There's more to learn about Daniel. There's more to learn about Doubting Thomas. Oh, by the time everything went down and Jesus went up and Jesus ascended, oh, Doubting Thomas had a lot to say. He got 5 chapters. Then you have chapters of all the women that ministered with Jesus. Remember, we kept saying that there was no women in the Bible, where they took them out because it was going to give us too much power, because those women, let me tell you something about a woman. You give a woman some groceries, she'll give you dinner. You give her a house, a healed woman. You give her a house, she'll give you a home. Okay, you give her some semen, she'll give you a child. Child, let me tell you something. You give a healed woman something, and your life will change forever. And that's why they took it out. Yes, in 180 AD and 200 AD, Lord Henry with the Catholic Church took those things outside of the Bible because it gave too much power to the regular people that was walking around. It was called the Way. Why does that matter? We're going to talk about it in a minute. So Jesus came and he said, I'm going to show you how to love the unlovable. So you put up a boundary. Boom. Once you put up a boundary, then you say, I send nothing but cleansing and purifying energy to you. I release you in love. You say one of those two things. Okay, after you say that, then Jesus told the disciples, asked Jesus, how many times will I forgive my brother? 7 times? Jesus said no. 7 times 70. That means that's 490 times. And it feels like that because as you're going through your journey, you're going up in a spiral. So it seems like you're going through the same thing over and over, but you're not. You're going through it at a different perspective because you have learned something different now. So it's no longer the same thing. But it feels like the same thing, but you're a different person. And if you stay in it, you're going to learn something new. I don't know how many times. But I know I have seen it close to 2,000 times. And I have stayed in it. Why? Because I'm like, I need to see what's on the other side of this. Because I have people try to take my life. I have people put hit men and hit women on me. I need to see what's on the other side of this so I can see what's going on. Because there's got to be something. Because for somebody to keep trying to take your life through dark magic and all this stuff, something has to be on the other side of this. And I want to see it. Okay. So, that's there. And then, and then grace. Okay. Grace, and also another part of love. Love is forgiving yourself. Because the scripture says, forgive my debts as I forgive my debtors. So I forgive myself first and I forgive everybody else. You forgive everybody else for yourself. If you don't move, they take your life. That's how it works. Because if you don't forgive, you can't move. And if you can't move, your life can be snatched away from you. You see what I'm saying? That's how it works. So you forgive and you move on up. Then you have grace. Grace is God's willingness to get involved with human affairs. That means anything you're going through, if you like me, I said, God, if I'm going through anything down here on this earth, reach down here and grab me. He said, say less because I done put too much on you and I ain't got time to let you go. I'm going to do whatever I got to do to block anything coming your way. And I say less. Then you have the 10 commandments. It's really 613 commandments. And you want to see them all, go ahead and get the Torah or get a copy of the Tanakh or the Kamash. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. Okay? It's more than just the 10 commandments. And they don't even obey the 10 commandments they got. They put it in your face, but they don't obey it. Look around and see what you're seeing. Ain't nobody obeying it. Even those that are on the pulpit. Some of those are rocking with that same mindset. Okay? You do what I say, not what I do. Okay? There it is. But that ain't how God operates. God is making sure that is being removed. Then you have, from the 613 laws, God told it Israelites, there's no way possible you can keep 613 laws every day for the rest of your life and not get tired. They said, yes, we can, us and our children. So that's how we got involved with this. This is a generational pattern, okay? Then there's another one they did it more than once. They did it a few times, and they said, who do you want to release, Barabbas or Jesus? They said Barabbas. Barabbas was a serial killer. He was Ted Bundy. He taking out people, and they putting Ted Bundy back out on the street. Right. And so Jesus did what he did. Boom. But that was part of the prophecy. It had to happen so he could do what he needed to do. Then, after that, bangity, boom, boom. And then after he did that, they said, our children's children. So they put us in this not once. We got about 5 jeopardies on us. Yes. So what happened was, because it was removed out of the Bible, the elders weren't here to retain it. Since they weren't here to retain it, nobody was teaching it. So if nobody was teaching it, this thing stayed in the land for a long time until it came back up. And how it came back up with the different cult sects, they was like, wait a minute, this 54 books that was taken out of the Bible. Boom. They started doing the thing, and then the church was like, they are outside of us. But when I found out about it, I said, well, I'm outside of y'all, because ain't no way in the world I'm going to be sticking with you, and you took out stuff, and you know you did it. Right. But pretend they didn't. Just like everybody else. And just like the rest of Hollywood, we're going to pretend like nothing has happened. And when someone passes, we're going to sit here and pretend like we love them. Like when Richard Smallwood died, everybody pretending like they loved him. I was talking about them all the time, but they weren't. And then when everybody came out and they did their thing, and then you didn't talk about it no more, that's how Hollywood works. When Richard Smallwood said he was having mental health problems, he wasn't having mental health problems. I'm going to tell you what happened. He was having people doing black magic on him who said that they was their friend. You know how I know? Because the same thing happened to me. Family and all. Right. Let's talk about it. Okay, because we know everything, but we don't know anything. And this keeps us from attachments as we go through each level and lesson. I even had family try to pew me. Yeah, child! If you Google my name, you'll see why. And don't even have it yet. But because of the mere facts, yes. I was taught this by Jesus, Stove, and Issue. Then get your adjective PDF along with your 400 values PDF. Put them together. You can change your whole Sims character to this janky promoter game. That's what I did. Don't forget to sign up for my newsletter for the juicy updates and the upcoming events. Look at my link for the school app. And come on and visit with me. Okay, I just got everything together. I was just inducted into the new class of Who's Who. Influential Women of 2025 and Women Worldwide. And look what I received in 2017. With my nonprofit, I was bringing women out of sex trafficking. Women and teenage girls. I had a lot of help, and everybody just disappeared and they went to go help somebody else with the information. Even after they signed a non-disclosure and everything, and child, when I tried to talk to a lawyer about it, they said it was going to take too much. And I was like, you know what? Just let it be. And God said, let it be. I'm going to take care of it. And I let it be. Okay. Then I also was helping young girls that came out to their parents and said they were LGBTQAI. Young girls that came out and said they was pregnant. I would put them in the place where I was because I had a lot of room. Because I had a place. Or I would send them to confirmation birth. Or I would send them to a teenage place. And will be with them until they said it was good. I'm going to just let you know this message is going to be long. Okay? Until they were good. And then I was helping domestic violence women, but we lost 2. They went back more than once. And when they did, their lives were taken from them. And you can judge them if you want, but everybody's addicted to something. Somebody's addicted to working out. Somebody's addicted to eating healthy. So, you know, whether good or bad, we're all addicted to something. All right. And then I was also helping people that lost everything in house fires or floods. Because people knew I had a nonprofit, they were always giving me stuff, and I had stuff in the house, so then I had to put it inside of a storage unit. So I had beds. This company that went out of business, they closed their doors. I was always going there asking for mattresses and how I could get some for a low. And they did